안녕하세요. 저는 아라다입니다. That's all I can speak in Korean. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arada Thong from Thailand. It's my great pleasure to have this opportunity to share with you all the picture of Thailand's startup ecosystem in the perspective of government. Actually, I'm not speaking here alone today, but later I'll invite Thai startup entrepreneurs to briefly introducing and presenting that interesting innovation to you all as well. Before I go into the main topic, please allow me to introduce myself a little bit more. A long time ago, I have graduated in the computer engineering field. I earned both my bachelor and master degree. And I also worked as the software engineer in the .com era. And then sometime later, I switched into the government official role in the Ministry of Commerce, Thailand government, for almost 20 years now. So please do not ask my age, okay? So as you could imagine, working in private tech company and in the public sector full of economists are totally different. Luckily, I learned a lot and also got an opportunity to expand my will, my vision at DITP, Department of International Trade Promotion, which are my organization. At DITP, we aim to promote quality Thai products and services to global market. In short, we are like a marketer, a salesperson for the country. Whatever Thailand can produce, they have to sell it. That's our goal. And I try my best to use my past working and educational experience to create new things at DITP. So I established a website called thaitrade.com as a B2B e-marketplace, and it's an official one for the Thailand country in 2011. So far, it's resulted around more than 10 billion baht, which is about 300 million USD for Thai entrepreneur. Okay. And started this March this year. I shift from being a director of digital commerce to be a director of the service trade promotion. As a new position, you can guess that promoting Thai startup is also one of the areas that I am responsible for. Well, I love my job, but frankly speaking, doing my job has some pain points as well. Therefore, for main pain points for working as a government official and how need to do the promoting everything from Thailand to the world. The first thing is the top-down policy management. What does it mean? It means that it's very difficult for me to introduce any new things from the bottom up. I think it's similar to every country. Second thing is the knowledge gap between the government officers and the new entrepreneurs. It's a big gap right now because of the new technology has come from. Thirdly, the disruptive technologies. It's not only created the good things, but also it's created the disruptive mindset of our stakeholders as well. That means they keep asking for more, they demanding more, and they would like to get more for everything. The patience is less and less. And fourthly, actually government realize how important of the change needs. However, we really don't know how to do it in the effectively and efficiently way. So from my past experience, both success and failure, I believe that for the government to be able to succeed in promoting Thai new business to global market is not just to think, but to listen. So I started my new shift by doing the proper research. I surveyed the Thai startup for 52 companies, what they really need, and also I have an in-depth interview with the organization who are responsible for the startup developing agency, one private and one public. Here are the results of my research. Right now in Thailand, there are more than 1,700 startups in National Innovation Agency database have registered in the National Agency database, but only 400 of them are active. However, the positive factors in the Thailand startup ecosystem are the growing of the domestic market is quite good. The domestic market, they accept the new business, they accept the new innovation, they accept new model of operation and services. The second thing is that we have the good infrastructure, quite good. We have better internet access. We have a lot of mobile phone. We have a lot of we have mass volume of the online social media user. Right now, I think for everyone in Thailand have more than 2 smartphones. It's that just in general, and we have strong domestic investor. In Thailand, a lot of big companies, a lot of banks, they are playing this field. They are entering and they would like to use their own fund in the best benefit way. So they enter into to be the VC, to be the venture capital more and more. Okay. And the fourth point that good is that we have very high potential industry. For example, we have a very good food tech, agri-tech, e-commerce, health tech, property tech. And the most interesting one is travel and tourism. It is very popular right now, and everyone are willing to invest and to develop more in terms of this industry. Okay. However, for the good point, we also have the challenging factors. We do not have enough high-skilled digital workforce. The number of the Thai startups are too slow to grow. You can see that we only have the 1,700 registered company as a startup, but only 400 of them are active. And some of the startup, they lack of confidence to go out, to go abroad. So it's one of the hectic problem. And we don't have the unicorn just yet. We hope that this event will lead us somehow to have a new unicorn in Thailand. Okay. The good thing is all government agencies have realized the problem, have realized the struggling operation that we've been through. So we are starting to closely collaborate. And not only the numbers that I got the result from my research. This is the summarization of the needs that our startup want support from Thailand. You can see that I separate 2 groups of startup because both of them they are quite different and they want different things. You can see for the sorry. You can see for the growth stage startup, they are more like to try to expand the overseas market more. But for the very early stage startup, they still need the educational support. And four main support that we are having right now. The first one is the educational. We try to mentoring, nurturing, and facilitating startup throughout their life cycle. There are some of the design activities that we've been working on. For example, like the extensive boot camps, hackathon, workshops to empower startups to grow and succeed along their journey. For the traction or the startup so-called the product market fit done, to gain traction, both group of the startup, they want it. However, they want it differently. For growth stage startup, they would like to match with the or to connect with the SME or the exporter who are willing to invest. But for the very early stage startup, probably we have to do the business matching to connect only the domestic market. For the access to the capital, for early stage startup, we need to establish a partnership with the local, but some of them can go to the foreign investor. However, for the growth stage startup, they are more like to have the opportunity to match with the foreign startup because they would like to expand the market. And for the last niche is the overseas market expansion. Because in Thailand, we have only like 60-something million people. So it's not big enough. And we need to grow. That's why we need to expand to the other market as well. But not everyone, not every startup can go and then doing it well. So for the early stage startup, they're probably not just there yet. But for the growth stage, we are trying to help them to connect. And this event is also one of the activities that we think it can help. So from all the number, all the statistic, and all the needs that I collected from the Thai startup and also the organization, we come up with the strategy to help promoting Thailand startup and facilitating them. You can see there's a lot of people, there's also a lot of organization involving in this Thailand startup ecosystem facilitation. On the above part, they are our alliance. I am from the Ministry of Commerce. You can see from the bottom part, they are all Ministry of Commerce. On the above part, you can see our alliance, like for the to building more digital talent, because we so lack of them. We need education institution to help, and also in every provinces of Thailand as well. We cannot do it alone, only in Bangkok. No. For the NIA, National Innovation Agency, they are mainly focusing on develop entrepreneurial skill, and that's we need to work, integrate and share information between each other. DITP is a Digital Economy Promotion Agency. They support digital economy in Thailand, and some of the activity like funding or a voucher or the campaign, we can work with them. For the private sector, very interesting because in Thailand, the big five of the private sector, the big five group, they are trade association, they are trade federation, they are bank association, and they are exporter associate federation, and the last but not least, they just established now, newly born, which is the Federation of Digital. It's very interesting, and I think this private sector are the main player in our Thailand startup promoting ecosystem. Because without them, we cannot connect the new Thai startup to the to the SME or to Thai or local business. I think that's like a ladder to grow for them. BOI, Board of Investment, they support the investment, so they need to change some of the regulation and also to create new benefit in terms of the tax, in terms of the capitalize come into Thailand more to help Thai startup. And for the rules and regulation, Ministry of Digital Economy on the right hand side, and Digital Government Agency, and also the Bank of Thailand. They are covering all of that part. For us, Ministry of Commerce, because we are mainly focusing on help you doing business. So these are all the internal organizations that can help bringing prosperity to the Thai startup ecosystem. The first one, because TPSO, they are more like the research and internal research and development, and also the planning department inside the Ministry of Commerce. They do the explore technology trend. They help do research and domestic consumer behavior study, and they need to share. They need to share the real demand in OC market. They need to use all those information to be the open data for the tech startup that can use. And they also set up a new policy, and not only set up but also do the recommendation for the other government agency in terms of accepting the new way of doing business and change the rules and regulation accordingly. For domestic part, you will see the DIT is the Department of International Trade. They connect with the farmer and they help farmers to get used to using the new technology in terms of doing the agricultural business better in Thailand. DBD, Department of Business Development, they're supposed to help develop efficient way to do the business registration for the Thai startup. They need to do the ease of doing business for them, and they help creating a local and domestic market for the Thai startup. For the DIP, Department of Intellectual Properties, they do both domestic and overseas. Because in domestically wise, they need to help supporting Thai startup to register more for their own IP, to promote more Thai-owned IP to the global market. For the overseas part, DITP, which is my organization, are the main responsibility to help Thai startup to go global. And we have a lot of roles and responsibility, but keep it in short, if you would like to connect with any Thai startup in Thailand, you can connect with us. And the DJN, the last one, the last but not least is the Department of Trade Negotiation. They are doing the talking job. They need to negotiate with the others government in terms of helping nurturing our Thai startup ecosystem to be better. However, this all cannot be happen without the data. The bottom part is like our foundation or the fundamental of our this campaign. They are the offices in Thailand inside the Ministry of Commerce. There are 77 offices in Thailand in each and in every single one of the provinces, so they can collect all the domestic data. For the overseas market, we have offices in 59 Thai trade center in major cities around the world. And if you are the Korean investor here and looking forward to connect with some of the Thai startup, you can connect our office here as well. Okay. These are 5 clusters that we are mainly focusing. They are logistics, tourism, health and wellness, food, and digital content, which are very prospering right now. These are our regional network and also the internal network. 76 regional offices and one office within the Bangkok area. 59 overseas offices. We have Trade Center, Office of the Commercial Affairs, Trade Representative, and also we do have the more than 59, which is the 34 HTA, Honorary Trade Advisor to the Ministry of Commerce. And last but not least for me, like I said before, I'm not here alone, and today I would like to introduce some of the Thai startup entrepreneurs who are with us. They have a booth here, and also they have a very interesting innovation to present to you all. So there are QQ, is a queuing application. There are home price, the home decoration of mobile application. Biomapping, which is to do the farming in a better way using the application, and also for the tourism and travel community is an adventure earth, share your freedom. So let me introduce one of our Thai startup, the QQ, to present. Yeah. Please allow me to invite Mr. Rang San from QQ on stage, please.
Hi, thank you, Arada. It's my honor to be here today. Actually, today I come to tell you about a story about QQ. QQ started 4 years ago. At that time, we are a software house company who want to turn ourselves to be a startup company. We were founding pain that no one can solve it in the right way at that time, and try to turn it to be a good business and a scalable business from that day. One day, we went to a shopping mall and found a pain that no one can solve it in the best way yet. Even though some store already install queuing solution inside their store, but we familiar with this picture about people line up for a long time at the front of restaurant, bank, telco, government service, or even retail stores. Why people still need to wait at the front door? This is the question that we went back and made a better solution to solve the pain. Our solution is so simple. We let people can reserve their turn beforehand from 2 kilometers away, and after that, they can spend their time to other things that matter to their life, more than just hanging in the line. And when it close to the turn, we send them notifications to let them know it's time to get back to the shop. As easy as that. And 3 years after that, something happened. Every shopping mall has a solution. People see a big kiosk like it at the front of a famous restaurant around Bangkok area. We can capture around 70% of top chain restaurants together in one single platform. And we expand our solution to other solution add-on to cover other type of restaurant, and we name it QQ Insight. We digitalize those restaurants to be a cashless restaurant, less down number of staff there, and make people pay online. We move from niche, very niche market to a very huge market right now. We bring the new user experience to the market. It's a chain that we have users. But this kind of pain not only in restaurant market. We already expand to other beside market like bank, telco, government services, and hospitals. The same pain but more painful. We have a solution for those. We expand to banks in Thailand, telco, government services as well, and hospitals. Only 1 year that we launched the hospital solution, it's not queuing solution anymore. We be with patients since they haven't gone to the hospital yet. Then go to the hospital, and we will be with them till they left the hospitals. So it's like a patient flow management system right now. And what happened? Just 6 months that we launched the real version, 30 POC size and 13 come to commercial already all around Thailand area. And we are a key player that will change the way of medical industry. There has in Thailand 2 major projects of a government to change the 2 districts. One is at the heart of Bangkok called Yochin Patana, and another one is a countryside at the province of Prachinburi. We are the key player that change the way of medical service in those districts, supported by government. The key thing that can expand our service and become bigger, we focus on wasted time, not waiting time. Because the waiting time, we cannot change it. If waiting time, we cannot let down cause of the unbalancing of demand and supply of those services, we cannot let it down. But we try to turn the wasted time back to our user. That's why number of our users is raised very fast. Today we have 1.7 million users for 3 years. And if you see like a cohort graph, you will see that the number of retention rate never go down. After people use our app the first time, they will come back to use it again and again in every month by occasion. That means if we can grab more service points, the retention rate will be higher every time that we get the new service point. Our business model for to be side rental fee every month, and every payment that we can change the people to pay on our application will get 1% on top of MTR rate as well. And the advertising model is our business model. Is this business scalable? This is one question that many investors ask about QQ business. Today, after we close the Series A round from True and Bollinger here, we expand to 4 more countries. The first one is Malaysia, by support by Magic, and Taiwan, Japan, and the last one, Laos, the countryside of Thailand. The traction is go very well, and people know about QQ very fast on those markets. We was captured by many BTS inside Thailand and global, and especially in local market, media interest on our services. We won many awards along the way of our path, but you know the most that we proud about, it was number of 5 stars in both application stores. What it means? It means that people love what we are doing. People love about QQ. This is the thing that we trust something already happened. So this is a story of QQ. Spend your time wisely with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ramsan from the QQ. And next up is another Thai startup entrepreneur, Home Price Company. Please allow me to talk.
Hi, my name is Mo. I'm the Chief Innovation Officer and co-founder of Home Price Company. So at Home Price, our ambition is to digitize the interior design and home decoration platform by creating a platform that unites all the industry players, including furniture manufacturers, sellers, interior designers, and all home service providers. So I'd like to show you just this video that will give you a good overview of what our products is and the potential of technologies that we've been working on. So what we have been working on is we have been creating an augmented reality application together with deep learning technologies that allow people to browse products across the country and then visualize it in their own living rooms without having to leave the comfort of their home. So what is good about it? The interior design and home decoration has been very uninnovative, very difficult and expensive. This struggle that we have been experienced this for like centuries. And it's for me, I think it's quite funny that we are still facing the same struggle even now. So I think that this is the right time that technology could come in and then contribute a huge part of the industry revolution. Right. Okay. So we experienced a sharp growth over the last few years. So from the last December 17 to December 18, we have experienced over 380% growth in revenues. So what does this tell you? It tells you that the consumer behavior has been changing rapidly and that we just stepped into the right time to come and then change this space. So just a brief overview about the co-founder and people who are building this company. So our CEO is actually a successful serial entrepreneur who has previously been founding 3 companies. This company currently is the 3rd largest furniture manufacturer right now in Thailand. So for me, I have a background in architecture and advanced 3D computationals. And our CEO, he has over 10 years working for Thomson Reuters. So, yeah. The home decor market is huge. It's valued over 644 billion USD, with over 55% of that market share is located right here in Asia Pacific. The home decoration market in Thailand itself already values for 1.5 billion in US. This is the market landscape in Thailand. So on e-commerce spending by categories, people already spend over 660 million USD for shopping furniture and home decoration online. The circle over there on the right hand side, it shows you the market shares of the big 5 players, include IKEA, SB, Index, and Starmark Group, which is the company that our CEO created. So these 5 companies has altogether already consumed a total of 40% market shares, and there are 60 other percents that is left for smaller players. So the problem of the industry is that the consumer behavior is changing rapidly. The technological is changing rapidly, but the industry is falling behind. So according to the information from Think with Google, more than 66% of people nowadays, they start their shopping journeys, furniture shopping journeys online. But only 74% of furniture shoppers across the world doesn't have their visibilities on the internet. So they lost huge opportunity on getting to customer. So our solution is to create a marketplace for both product and services. A one-stop platform that people could go to and search for the product and service they look for. A community platform for home professionals such as interior designers, architects, all home service providers. And also we integrated, we power up this platform with technologies that I've just shown you just now, which include design automation, customization, visualization, and artificial intelligence. So HomePride has already created a network effect. So as we keep running the company, the root will keep growing, and the more users, designers, and the ecosystem overall will get bigger. Right. So our first step is that we partner with major real estate developers across the country through API integration with their platforms in order to get access to their homeowners across Thailand. So currently we have over 24 real estate developers that is currently working with us in partnership, 2 real estate agents, and Together we have been working on 56 real estate projects in Thailand so far over the past 3 years. So what does it keep us? Together we have the access to over millions of home orders in Thailand, which is all. Okay. So after we get that huge numbers of users, then designers, home service providers, and all furniture sellers and home decor sellers started to come in. So right now we are partnership with TIDA, which is the Thailand biggest interior design association, TCDC, which is the government largest creative and design centers. So we do this to create a job marketplace for them. So as more people joining the platform, there's more spending in product and services. So I have already showed this slide before, but it just helped us. So these are some of the. Excuse me. Okay, these are some of the example of what we have been working on. So at the middle we have a marketplace. We power up this marketplace with technologies such as augmented realities, the visualization tools, and the 3D interactive design tools. So now we have an application on both App Stores and Google Play, which you can go and download and play around. Also the website homeprice.com. So what is our business model? We generated money through taking 20 to 30% commission fee for every product and service that is sold through our channels. And we also have software as a service for home decor businesses across the country. So we got a lot of support from the government entities such as DIA, DITP, DCDC, DFA, and AATSI. So this is our achievement. So we are one of the earliest Thai startup that is supported by Apple in Singapore. So we have a regularly marketing opportunity with Apple. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the home price application. Next one is another interesting innovation from Thailand is about how to help agricultural business to do better using the technology. Please welcome Biomat Link application.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Kanika from Impress Green Energy Thailand. I would like to introduce Biomat Link. Biomat Link is a smart platform from farm to factory. Okay, everybody know tapioca or cassava, right? Thailand is the top of the world export cassava as a raw material around the world. Korea is one of importer cassava from Thailand. It looks like farmers will get more money, but no. Then Thai government promote to use cassava convert to renewable energy or biorefinery or ethanol. Right now, this is a good business because we have like a forward sales contract for 5 years from Chevron, Exxon, PTT, and it's me. I want also to invest in this factory because I would like to support farmers, right? We produce 24/7, 355 days a year. It means we can generate income 24 hours. But we have a problem because the material that we consume, we buy from middleman. You know, middleman because we are refinery, right? We have to buy big lot crop, big volume, small farmer cannot direct sell to us. That's why the price very high and have contamination a lot. Our factory have to shut down very often and cannot deliver on time to Chevron. And the price and volume fluctuate because seasoning crop, right? And farmer poor, homeless. Their son and daughter, they go to work in Bangkok. They alone. For all of pain point, right? I would like to solve our problem with biomat link. Biomat link can control quality assurance for factory, and we can manage direct sale farm to factory by create group of farmers as a co-ops, and we can guarantee price. We can manage price, consistency, and volume for year round, and we will give more money to farmers by create more revenue from co-ops and profit sharing. The biomat link works like this. We combine all stakeholders here. We matching with farmer to the banker with loan together, right? And we matching from service provider to farmers. And we matching products from farmer to market. And we guarantee price. And also Thai government support. Everything support. We can join together. For example, farmers lack, like an aging society, right? Lack of machine. They can click and machine comes. They can click planting machine to mechanize everything to reduce the cost of production, and machine come and we grow it and cultivate it and put more fertilizer. We use drone. We have many drone cooperatives, right? We matching drone, time sharing, and we scheduling them, and drone spray fertilizer for our farm, our crop, and it's grow very fast and high quality. And after the start of content, up to level that can harvest, we have them certificate, and we manage the route. We have the name of farmers, and we have the record of the history and picture of farm, and we manage logistics direct to co-ops. The way like this, we manage farmer, right? And biomat link can fill in farmers harvesting to co-ops. Co-ops can convert to chip, can stock and can store the whole year. And we manage stock linkage to the buyer or market. And we have like an online transfer. For now, we achieve one station can manage small truck, big up truck, 1 ton truck. And right now we have 4,000 families of farmers here. And convert to chip, and we manage to direct to factory. And right now we have a good luck. The factory signed contract with us, 1.2 billion baht for this year. It means that I have to expansion to 20 stations for serve this contract. I would like everybody to co-invest with us to expansion of the station for farmers. And for the revenue, we can charge matching system, matching fee from local service provider. For this year, because of we have a contract already, right? We can generate 20 million baht for revenue for this year. And we will increase to 1,100 million baht for next 5 years. and we would like to let's fund $1 million to join with us. This is our cooperative. Yes. We have banker, we have technology provider, we have SGS as a quality assurance for whole supply chain, and we have Kubota DITP. Yes. Okay, this is our team. We hope we can join together soon. Thank you very much.
Another interesting Thai startup entrepreneurs, right? There are so many diversity of the business and innovation in Thailand. And last but not least, just keep the temperature down. Let's see what the travel and tourism tech in Thailand keep going. So please allow me to introduce Mr. Joe from Adventure Earth Company.
Thank you very much. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are Adventure and the co-founder of the company. Our core belief is to share your freedom. Why is that so? The thing is, I like to travel, and I believe that many of you guys and girls are just like me. But the most pain I face when I travel, when sometimes I have to travel, is loneliness. And there are so many free individual travelers that face loneliness as I do. And would be the best gift of my life and their life if someone could tell me right here, right now where I'm standing, where's the nearest place I can go. And someone just like me could find me and join me on adventure to share our information, to share friendship, and to share love. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Adventure, an application that allows us to be the social tourist community that connect travelers and travel industry through the AI feed. You can't deny that there are common free questions before you go anywhere, right? So it is, where should you go, what you should do, and who should you go with? From the answer that you seek for this question, you can easily find in one place. You have to find where and what from the search engine, and you have to ask who to go with from the social network. Let's say this question about if you have a disabled friend and you would like to go to the temple and you would like to know that the temple have a disability service or not, where can you seek these answers? It is so hard to find, right? You have to go to the search engine, you have to find a social network. That is why Adventure connect these three questions in just one place. It is a social tourist community that share information together in the application, and the AI will play its part and feed all the information, follow your preference, like where and what and who, just like you have personal guide. Our model on building this community is to acquire the merchants or shop or tourist industry and encourage travelers to share their inspiration to get incentive. And when we build this community up large enough, the AI will play its part and feed all the information you need through the app. Right now, in Thailand, we have 35.8 million travelers travel to Thailand, and 7.75 million are English users. Also, 0.9 million are Korean travelers in 2019. And from total 245,000 stores, we have 14,000 stores that serve this English user. You can see that these numbers are legitimately to build up this community up in the future. It's not that hard. Right now, we're on the first phase on let you use the app for free and let people share their inspiration through the apps. And we try to acquire the merchants to build this community up. And when the community is large enough, then we will serve more conveniently on the booking and travel community. And then we repeat step 1 and 2 again to be in the ASEAN market for step 3. We believe that our profession team, like myself, who keen on business management, strategies, and financial analysis planning, and what was once a quality person of 2014 in food and beverage business. And my colleague, which is not here, Pete, are a tech mogul who proficient in technology and apps, and was one managed the most visited internet site in Thailand in 2007. And Kun A, another CTO, who are proficient in programming and coding for 15 years. We believe that our team can build this community up to be larger in the future. With convenient and friendly use interface and attractive AI system. Everyone, please pick up your phone and join me on an adventure to share our freedom, to share our friendship, and witness our planet Earth like you ever seen before. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Adventure Earth. Thank you very much. My booth is over there, so if you would like to talk to me in person, please join me over there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This is all for the Thailand session, for the Thai startup.
So why don't we have the Q&A section, because I believe that we had a lot of questions from the followers. So let's check out the slido.com. So 자, 그러면 슬리도에 올라온 여러분들의 질문을 좀 받아보도록 하겠습니다. 함께 넘겨주시면 감사드리겠습니다. 어떤 질문들이 올라와 있는지 정말 궁금한데요. 또 태국의 여러 가지 정보들을 함께 나눌 수 있는 시간이었습니다. 저희 질문 함께 질문이 없나 봐요. Yes, I think it is quite enough to present your presentation, so there's no questions. So is there any something you would like to say lastly to our participants?
Okay, I think for Thailand, we still need a long journey to go. But however, as a government officer, I welcome you and willing to work with you, whatever you are doing business in with. If you would like to invest in Thailand, if you would like to invest in our people, please contact us.
Thank you very much. And during our dialogue, we just have the one question. So what kind of specific cooperations can Korean venture companies and VCs have with DITP?
Yes, of course, as I mentioned before, as the DITP, we are like a marketer and salesperson. So whatever that you would like to do business with Thailand, we can connect you with all the people that you need the further information. For example, like the Korean venture companies. Actually, for this event, I found some of the Korean fund companies already, and I would like to invite them to Thailand countries as well. I think KITA and the DITP will host an event in September in this year. That if you would like to come to Thailand and see more Thai startup, I think it's the best way to explore.
So we can ask to Kita as well about the conference in Thailand. So thank you very much for your presentation. 여러분 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
감사합니다.